Good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you may be around this globe. It certainly is a beautiful morning to get something started. Whether you are thinking about writing your book, hey, today is a perfect time to do just that. Just start right where you are. Get that journal, get that notepad, and begin writing your book. Or maybe you're thinking about starting a business, you know? Well, today's the perfect day to do that. Go research and start, if you already have a name for your business, research and see if that name's available or if it's already taken. But there's something that you could do to move the needle forward to reaching your goals and to maximize your potential. Because, today is a perfect day to do it. There's no time like the present. You may have been putting off for such a long time, and you're saying one day I'll do this, and one day I'll do that. And maybe you have even started, but a distraction has arose or a storm. And we're going to dive more into that about, distractions, about, how things happen to people to get them off focus, to get them off course. But let me tell you, there are ways to get right back on track, or there are ways to overcome those things. There are ways to walk right through those things. And did I say it's going to be easy? Am I saying that, some of these things, these distractions may not hurt you or may not cause you any harm, put it that way, or try to drain you, if I may say that? Yes, those things may come, but there are ways, y'all. There are ways to realize your goals. There are ways to realize those dreams. There are ways to get you right back on track or to keep you focused so you could begin, walking toward your goal, where you could begin to strategize and plan and, do those things that you have purpose in your heart to do. Because I'm going to tell you, this is the perfect time. And I know for my audience out there, there's so much greatness inside of you that a lot of times you're not really realizing what you have. You're always looking for something that's on the outside of you to fulfill you. When, for the most part, you need to look inside and see what do you have to work with. What can bring you to your ultimate goal, to that place of satisfaction, to that place of fulfillment, to that place of, where you feel, I won't say comfortable, but where you feel accomplished. There's so much, y'all. There's so much. There's so much in each and every one of you that, you haven't even tapped into yet. But we're going to talk about that. And if you have been listening to the programs, especially last week, talking about vision, talking about your goals, talking about the plans and the strategies to reach those goals, you certainly are going to appreciate, the rest of these segments. Because today we're going to talk about distractions. What distractions are hindering your productivity? And before I get into that, let me first introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table, and especially for my audience who are mostly women. A lot of times you leave so much money on the table because you're really not understanding who you are. You're not understanding that, you are a hot commodity, is what I like to say, okay? You are a hot commodity. No need do you have to, continue searching for something on the outside of you, but begin to look in and see what you have. See what you could bring to the table. See what you could do to, cause an eruption in your life. And not only in your life, in the lives of other people from the value that you have with them. And when I talk about a disruption, I'm talking about a good thing. I'm talking about something that could bring you, let's put it this way, wealth creation, okay? Creating wealth for yourself, creating wealth for your family, creating wealth for generations to come. And everything starts with us. Everything starts with us, and especially women. And that's my audience, okay? Mostly women are my audience. And I like to, talk to the women and say, we always have our hands in everything. We always doing something to make sure that it's done well and that it's finished properly. Am I right about that, ladies? Am I right about that? We're making sure that everything is top notch. When we do something, we make sure that it's done well. And, for that being said, let's say it like this. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. A lot of times, what happens is when we're on the job as women, we're, that key person for that boss. And when that boss needs a project, needs to have that project, completed at a certain time, making sure that it's done right, who is he calling on? He's calling on that woman. He's calling on that assistant, that executive assistant, to make sure that everything is up to par. But still, when women look at their lives as we look at our lives, we don't see that. We don't see that. Sometimes women see less than, and they discount themselves. But I want to tell you, women, you are valuable. You have so much to offer. We always making sure that everyone else is taken care of. Everyone else, whether it's our husbands or our children or whoever, our parents, we're making sure that everyone is taken care of. And what happens? We place ourselves on the back burner. We place our visions on the back burner. But this is your time. This is your time to allow what's inside of you to come forth, because there's so much more to you than you're actually seeing for yourself. And with that being said, let's talk about this. Let's talk about, distractions. What distractions are hindering your productivity? Say that you have your vision in place. You have that vision. You have something that you're working toward. And you have written down that vision, you have made it plain, you have set your goals, you set those plans in order to reach those goals, you strategize in order to reach those goals, and you're walking toward those goals. You're walking toward them, and something happens. What do? Storms come up in life, y'all. Storms come up in life, and a storm could be something, a job layoff. A storm could be sickness. A storm could be death. Storms range in different categories, and different things can cause a storm in life, And I just want to be, good morning, and how you doing today? Thank you for joining me today on Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. But, I want to be transparent about this. I understand, y'all. I understand, okay, when you have a vision in place and you've done all of that and you're walking and you're achieving those goals and something happens. That happened to me last year in May. Okay. Last year in May. Now, I've been I've been having my business since 2006. And y'all know that story about when the housing market went bust and, picking up my hobby and turning it into a business. But I've been live streaming for a long time. Okay. And I have clients that, I have classes, online classes, have written books, I have clients. And this sudden disruption, okay, happened in my life last year. And with this was the death of my husband. Okay, tragic. The death of my husband, because anything like that, any kind of death is tragic. Okay, it's tragic, and I want to be transparent, especially during this time. How many of you have lost friends or loved ones that you truly dearly love, and they're not here anymore? But you have to go on. You can't dwell in that place. Now, we have been married for 40 years, okay? He was hospitalized in May. Our anniversary was what, May the 30th. And he was hospitalized. We didn't even get a chance to celebrate that. 40 years. And he passed away on June the 3rd. Now, this certainly was, a tragic moment in my life. And this is what I'm talking about, distractions, that will come to hinder your productivity. Now, I have my audience, I have my clients, I have, everything set up. What do I do? What do I do? So, I'm sympathetic with you all. Whatever that distraction may be, it might not even be a death. It may be something else. But you could pick up from where you are and continue to walk toward accomplishing your dream. Okay? You could do it. You could do it. I had to do it. All right? And like I said, with all of that, I had time to heal, but I was back doing live streams in July. I was back doing live streams in July because I had to pick myself up. I could not remain there. And you cannot remain, whatever that storm is, okay? When everything seems like it's so dark on the outside, you have to continue on. You just can't, remain, in that space, in that place, You can't remain there in that place. Yeah, yes, you say it's a timely message. And I thank you for sharing that, and thank you. It's very, it's very important. And I always like to be transparent and share things with people because I know that this is something that's going to help somebody else, okay? To help somebody else achieve their goals. But when distractions happen, are they easy to be overcome? There's a walk, but you have to keep focused. You have to keep focused. And let me bring you to the first talking point, okay? You have to believe in your vision. And I always tell you, write the vision down and make it plain. Write it down, okay? You put your vision there. You put your goals down, okay? On that sheet of paper. You put your plans there. Your plans are the ways to reach your goals. You put your strategies there, that connects your plans in order to reach those goals, in order for you to reach that ultimate goal. And you place that before your eyes each and every day. Okay? Each and every day. Let it become visual because you won't see it. You can, until you see it, or you'll never see it. First, you got to see it. You got to see it in your mind's eye before you see it in the natural, or you'll never see it. Okay? You cannot arrive at a place that you never see. So for that vision to be written down, you have to have it where you could see it every day, where it becomes a reality to you, where when you close your eyes, you'll be able to see it plain as day. Plain as day. Because I'm going to tell you, storms will arise. Storms will arise, but will you give up? You can't give up. Because what's inside of you is greater. And this is how you maximize your potential. How many women out there and you have not maximized your potential because of a distraction, because of a storm. And like I say, it may not be my storm, but let me tell you, a storm is a storm. No matter how, how it is, a storm is a storm. And it could cause a major disruption in you walking toward your dreams, towards your goals. That vision, the vision that I told you to write down, that you must write down, it provides a picture of your future, okay? Your future in the present. And you're walking toward it. And that's a pathway. It's giving you a pathway in order to reach that goal. Because once you see it, all you do is start walking toward it. And how do you walk toward it? You walk toward it by having your goals written down, by having your plans in order to reach those goals, and the strategies to tie those plans in. That's how you walk toward your goals. But you have to keep that picture in front of your eyes, because if not, it'll cause people. And how many people have started, and they started good, y'all? Nobody starts something to fail. Let me say that again. Nobody starts something to say, well, I'm a fail at this. Okay? People start with a good intention. Sometimes the mind is, leading toward that failure, but that's another conversation for another time. Okay? We'll discuss that at another time. But nobody starts with the intention to fail. They want to see their dreams realized. They want to see them accomplishing their goals. But when you don't have certain things in place, it's dead in the water, y'all. It's dead in the water. When you have that vision, and you have that clear vision, and you have that pathway, now it shows you what's possible for you to achieve. It's possible. No more is it impossible. It's possible because you see it and you walking toward it. You have a pathway. No matter what storm comes and how strong that storm is, if I could say that, you continue to walk toward it. You continue to move forward because you see that it's possible. You begin to look for ways, okay? This is where the mindset kicks in. You won't say, well, I can't do this because of such and such. I can't do this because of this. I can't do this because of that. You'll begin to think about, what can I do in order to achieve this goal? I'm going through this storm. I'm going through this disruption in my life, this distraction in my life. But what can I do to move myself forward? Do I remain here in this state? Do I give up? Do I just sit here and just say, well, whatever? Or do I continue to move forward? You have to believe in your vision. You are not separate from your vision. You're not separate from your purpose, okay? Your vision is tied into your purpose. And when you have that in place, okay, it's a win-win situation. You can arise from anything. I'm telling you. I felt like, and I know this was a low place in my life, y'all. A low place in my life. But I couldn't remain there. I had to get up because you know what? It wasn't just about me. It wasn't just about me. It was about everybody else whose lives I had touched and was continuing to touch. See, your vision is more than about you. Your vision is more than about you. Your vision is something that is giving you your purpose. But your vision is really to touch the lives of others. And when you see that, and when you understand that, Okay? It's not a me, I. It's a them. You have to believe in what you're seeing. Every day. Not only do I look at my vision is written before me. I have my vision on a YouTube video. I created a YouTube video that's private only to me that I watch every day with the pictures, with the wordings and everything. I'm looking at it every day. It's ingrained in me. You have to believe in your vision, because when storms come, you could get through it. Let's move on to the next point, the next talking point. Now you have to act on it. Integrate new ideas to move you forward. Just like when the storm came in my life, okay? This gave me an opportunity to integrate new things, new strategies, new plans, not getting rid of those things, but creating steps, okay, out of what had already been written. Because now this was a new time, this was a new day. This is, it's a different place that I'm in. Put it that way, okay? It's a different place where you're in. When a storm comes, it sometimes it moves you out of position or moves you forward, okay? If it moves you out of position, you have to get back in position, get back in an alignment and come into an alignment. But you can no longer continue to do things a certain way. You have to look at it. That's why it's got to be before your eyes. You have to look at it and see what needs to be taken to another step, another level, or another depth, and continue to walk forward. Plan fresh strategies, fresh ideas. And when we go through something, y'all, when we go through storms in life, there's something that happens to us. There's a growth inside of us. As long as we're moving forward, okay, there's a growth that's happening inside of us. So you have to take from that and begin to, place it into those plans, into those goals, into those strategies in order to move forward from that point on. Do something creative that you've never done before. And it's okay. It's okay. Distractions will come, but you have to learn how to handle distractions. Distractions, storms, okay? We're going to put those two words together. Distractions, storms. How are we going to handle a distraction? How are we going to handle a storm in our lives? How are we going to handle that? Or are we going to allow that distraction to consume us? Or are we going to look at that distraction as an opportunity to dig deep within ourselves, to come up with something inside of us that beforehand we may not even have known it was there? But storms have a way of showing us what we have to work with. Sometimes we don't know what's inside of us until we dig in deep inside of us, to find that out. And it's not even a digging point, okay? It's not even a digging point, because when storms come in life, let me tell you what it does. It's just like, when you're on the ocean or anything of that nature, and there was a big wave and the winds are boisterous and different things of that nature. And sometimes things that are under the sea, they become washed up on shore because of that storm. Well, that's the same thing I'm telling you now, okay? You don't have to dig deep. that storm is going to wash those things up on shore. Now, on surface, put it this way. So, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention to just what is coming, to the forefront of being beforehand, something deep inside of you? Are you paying attention? Or are you really looking to see? Or are you using it as an opportunity to just say, well, I'm just going to throw in the towel? I would say act on it. Act on it. Even if you have never done it before, this is a perfect time to do something new. And not be afraid, okay? Not be afraid, but try something new. Because I'm going to tell you, when you have your vision in place, when it's always before your eyes, it's a win-win situation. Now, this brings us to the next talking point. Expect what you want. Expect what you want. Expect what you desire. You have to expect it. I expect certain things to happen each and every day. I'm expecting something to happen. I'm expecting great things to happen. And that's what you have to say to yourself. Frame your thoughts for that day. Frame your world. Frame your day, y'all. Y'all hear me talking about this each and every day, about framing your day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't get up out of bed. And before I get in the presence of others, I get in the presence of God. I empty myself out before him and ask him to fill me for that day. And then I speak to myself, okay? I frame my day. I tell my day how I want my day to go. Now, it's not saying that things won't try to come and invade my day. But you know what? I'm better prepared because I have talked myself, okay? I talked to myself. And I said, this is how I expect my day to go. I have an attitude of expectancy. I'm not looking for the dull and drab. I'm looking for, hitting my goals. I'm looking for achieving everything that I desire in life each and every day. I expect my clients to be there. I'm looking for them. I'm looking for my viewers. I'm looking for my listeners. I'm looking for greatness. I'm looking for my students. I'm looking for you, and I'm expecting you to show up. Okay? I'm expecting you to show up each and every day, and that's what you have to have. You have to have that attitude of expectancy. I expect things to happen. I receive it. I think about it. I talk about it. I walk it out. I look for it. Okay? How many times a lot of times people look for something that's bad. And guess what? It always show up, right? So why don't you look for something that's good? Look for something that's good. Okay? Stop looking for the negative things. Look for the positive things to show up in your life. Look for them. Expect them. They won't disappoint you. Because if you look for the bad things, guess what? It's not going to disappoint you. I expect greatness to happen. I expect, my goals to be realized. I expect, I always have a forward movement with everything I do. My vision is there. My plans are there. Each and every day, I'm expecting something new. I'm not worrying about what happened yesterday. I'm not even worrying, put it that way. I'm expecting something good to happen today. And then when tomorrow comes, I'll do the same thing over and over again. I expect something good to happen. When you expect something, you're acting toward accomplishing or receiving what you desire. Simple as that. Expect something. Expect what you want. Because you have that vision. You see it in your mind's eye. Now you can walk toward it. You see the end from the beginning. Now, that's a clear path. Once you see it, it's so. It's not impossible to you anymore. But if you don't see it, now you got a problem. Okay? Now you have to go back and see, is this something that I desire? Is this my vision? Or whose vision do I have? Whose vision do I have? Okay? Whose purpose am I trying to live out? Whose purpose am I trying to live out? You got to think about those things. So you need to go back and look at last week's videos, last week's live streams. I talked about all of those things, you know, to get you back on track, to get you in alignment. Here's another talking point that's very, very essential. Protect your eyes and ears from negativity. I always tell you, you're not a garbage disposal. Okay? Don't allow negative things to come into your ears or, before your eyes. Because those things have a tendency to come in and hinder and be a distraction to you walking toward your goals. They are. You have to protect. And you can't tell everything to everybody. You can't. Some people have become discouraged because they opened their mouths and they just started blabbing about it. Let me drop another nugget. Everybody's not happy for you. Some people are all into themselves. You have to learn how to keep some things to yourself. You can't tell it to everybody. I already told you about collaboration, okay? About collaborating with purpose. Being with people who are not only doers, but finishers, okay? Not only doers, but finishers. Starters, doers, and finishers. And people whose conversation is about reaching goals, about strategies, about, uplifting their teammates in order for all teammates to come together in order to lift up the audiences that all teammates are serving. That's the type of people you need to be with. People who are in a level that you are looking to achieve. Because I'm going to tell you, the conversation's different. The conversation's different. It's not negativity. It's not talking about this. It's not downplaying this. It's not that selfishness. It's about achieving goals. So that's something you have to do. Rise up your level of thinking. And it's not saying that you should hate the other people or anything of that nature. Okay? That's just where they are. Hopefully they'll grow from that and they'll change. But that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to protect your ears and your eyes from negativity. Because I'm going to tell you, you're not a garbage disposal. Remove yourself from negativity, period. Okay? There's no excuse for that, period. Move yourself. Because you're not made to carry burdens. And, of course, nobody else's burdens either. So a lot of times, people talk to people and they wonder why they're feeling a certain way or certain things are happening in their lives because of all the stuff that they have they intake in that comes to fight against the motivation that they have to walk toward their goal. And then they wonder why I don't have any energy. I'm tired. I feel like I'm beat down and all of these things. But protect your ears and your eyes from negativity. Learn that. Some things you need to keep to yourself. Because distractions can hinder your productivity. And you don't need those things. You need to walk toward your goal. Because you have big dreams, y'all. I know you do. Even if you're not seeing it, I know. Each and every one of you have big dreams. And you want to see these dreams come true. So you can't afford to be sidetracked or be pulled out of an alignment. Because when you pull out of alignment in, going toward your goals, this is where the struggle comes. This where it happens when you feel like you're fighting instead of, flowing. Flowing. Your day is supposed to be flowing, not fighting, not stress, all of those things. All of those things. So don't add any more chaos in your life. Don't add, it's bad enough that things try to come and invade your space without you adding things that you can avoid. And that moves us right to the next talking point. Be steadfast and unmovable. Sometimes you just have to stand, y'all. Stand. And when you truly understand who you are, your purpose in life, you could stand. You won't be swayed with every wind that comes. And wind, those words, trying to come in, trying to, cause distraction. Those storms that try to blow you this way and blow you that way. Okay, you'll be steadfast and unmovable. I remember one time we had, when we first built our house, we had this tree. It was an oak tree, and they had just planted it. And there was hurricanes that came. I think this was the year when they had 4 of them back to back. Okay, and I remember looking out of the window. And the wind was blowing very boisterous, okay? And the wind blew, the tree went this way. It blew again, the tree went that way, okay? But it still stood. And sometimes the wind comes in life, and it blows you this way. That's storms. And it blows you that way. But you're still able to stand. When you know who you are, when you know your purpose in life, when you know who you're called to serve, when you know the pain points of your audience, when you know the things that come easily to you, when you know the things that you hate, you could be unapologetically you. People will come and, it's okay for people to give advice. It's okay for you to listen to advice. But don't move away from your goals, your plans, your strategies. Don't move away from those goals. Sometimes you have to tweak them if they're going to add value. I had somebody yesterday, enlighten me about something. I said, I want to thank you. This gave me a way of seeing something in a different way. And that morning, I had been thinking, how can I do this? Not even voicing it out. I was just thinking within myself. And when I had this meeting with this lady, not even about this, okay? Never met her. First time meeting her, out of the blue. After we introduce ourselves and say what we do and blah, 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 collaboration and all, she gave me some tidbits. Something I had never voiced out, but something that I thought just that morning. And that was yesterday morning. And because I had my vision written, now this brought clarity to what I was doing. And it made sense. And I thanked her for it. But I'm still steadfast and unmovable. You see, it added value. But it didn't take me away. Now, I've had people saying about this, that, and that, and you'll have this, y'all. You'll have people, telling you things, but you have to know that you know that you know. that you won't move off that pathway. Because some things that people could tell you will move you off the pathway to you reaching your goals. You have to know. So you could be stuck fast and unmovable. Stand for yourself, y'all. Make a declaration. Some of you need to speak it out. Just don't hold it and speak it out. Make a declaration that says enough is enough. Because sometimes, those storms come and hey, you get to the end of your rope and you say, hey, something's going to change. The buck's going to stop here. Enough is enough. This is how it's going to be. And stand. It doesn't matter who like it and who doesn't. They don't understand your vision. You've seen the vision. Okay? You've seen the vision. They didn't see it. They heard it, but you explained. Hopefully, they could get to see the picture. But they can never see it like you see it because it's you. It's your purpose. So you have to be steadfast and unmovable. Take your stand. Make that declaration. Be willing to see your vision through to the end until you reach that goal. And you know what? After you reach that goal, there's other things. It's going to progress on. Okay? It goes from level to level. Okay? From depth to depth, from height to height. There's always something new. So always, have an expectancy of receiving something new. And that makes it fresh. That does, it's not boring. It's not routine. It's not mundane, but it keeps freshness there. Okay? And it's always growth to a vision. Okay? Until you reach this. So next, let's go to the next level. There's always something. There's always something that you could look forward to without it being boring and mundane. And another thing, knowing comes from knowing who you are and your purpose for being. When you know who you are and your purpose for being, you could be steadfast and unmovable. And it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people do. It does not matter. Because you know who you are. And you are unapologetically you. Never apologize for who you are. Never apologize for your vision, because your vision was given to you and it was created for you. Your vision is by design. Your pathway is by design. Everything is by design. So anything that you do, make sure that it's by design, that it perfectly fits you. Okay? Because somebody else's plans and goals is not going to fit you, because your vision was designed for you. You got to remember who you are. You got to remember your purpose. And don't be afraid to create things out of yourself. Even if no one has ever seen it before. It's okay. You're not made to blend in. You're made to stand out. You are unique and wonderfully made. So don't forget that. That's very, very important. And when you remember that, you'll be steadfast and unmovable. You'll believe in your vision. You'll act on it. You'll expect what you want and what you desire. You'll expect it each and every day. Always have an attitude of expectancy. Set an atmosphere of expectancy. Wherever you are, in your home, on your job, wherever you may be, in school, wherever you are, have an attitude of expectancy. Always expect to receive something new. Okay? New ideas, new strategies. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. And most importantly, protect your ears and your eyes from negativity. Don't allow that to go in and take residence within you, because that brings negative energy to you. The negativity, that fighting, that struggling, that tension, that stress. Okay? That fighting to achieve something, that anger, and all of those things, you know? And those things are bad for your body, they're bad for your health. They're bad for your health. So, you know, what distractions are hindering your productivity? I want you to think about that. And think about the nuggets that were dropped here on this program when you ask yourself that question. And are distractions easy to overcome? With the right strategies, yes, they are. With knowing who you are, yes, they are. And you could do it. I believe in you. So I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today on Turning Your Passion in the Profit Morning Show. And I hope that what you receive will move you forward in your vision. You know, no matter what that distraction is, you'll learn to take that distraction and use that distraction for your good, no matter what that storm is. Okay? No matter if it's a one, as you say, what, in a tornado, the F1 or the F5, okay? You'll learn how to turn a distraction into working together for your good. And that's what I hope that you see, that you could work all of these things together for your good, and that you will continue down the pathway to walking toward achieving your ultimate goals. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you the next time on Turning Your Passion in the Profit Morning Show. I have information on the bottom of the screen if you want to get in contact with me. And I'll also, before I leave here, let me drop it in the comments section where you could schedule a complimentary 15-minute Zoom meeting with me. I would love to meet you. I would love to meet you and, you know, hear what's going on with you. Okay? What's going on with you and how I can help you to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Because I'm going to tell you, women, you have value and you have worth. And it's time out for putting everybody else ahead of you and you putting yourself on the back burner. Okay? So remember that. But have a nice day, the rest of your day. And I want you to remember, this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. And I look forward to talking to you soon.